Trap squad, 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 trap squad. Hey, Clickbaity Political, yeah. Thirst Trap, Trap Squad, Squirrel Squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. Yeah. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege. Take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let a voice be heard. Every single weeknight. Unapologetic. Yeah. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Yeah. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad, let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad, throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad, yeah I see you, yeah I see you. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad, thirst trap, trap squad, trap squad, trap squad, let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad, thirst trap.
It's the echo part for me on the end of the thirst trap that makes me like y'all so much. What's up, Trap Squad? My normal camera is a little off tonight because I ain't charging because I was out of town. But we at you live, man. We coming at you live tonight. All the way live from the interwebs. Welcome to another episode of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. I am one half of the dynamic duo of Marcus Farrell and Mondale Robinson, who is not with us tonight, but is watching. He's probably in the chat room lurking, cussing me out, calling me light skinned. But I am blessed enough to get to not have my dog, but have my girl with me tonight.
Yeah.
Burn it down, not down. Burn it down with Kim Brown. Kim Brown has joined the building, has entered the building once again, second night straight on Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Kim, how you doing, sis?
I'm doing fantastic, Marcus. What's up, Trap Squad? What's up, Trap Squad? I see y'all out there. I don't see how y'all do this 5 nights a week. I mean, this is not for punks every single night. I'm only done 2 nights in a row. So I very appreciative for y'all to invite me on here. I hope Mondale feels better in the very near future. But I am here to hang out with Marcus and the Trap Squad. What's up, Trap Squatters? What's up, Trap Squatters?
That's right, Trap Squad Squirrel Gang. So I'm gonna answer your question real quick. They feed us. The Trap Squad feeds us energy, right?
I know they do.
So it's a symbiotic relationship, right? Like during every single weekend, somewhere around 7:00 p.m., we start to missing them after our one little day off away from them, and then they enter in our in our chat boxes, in our inboxes, in our trap boxes, and they're always like, yo, talk about this or say this or they'll draw us something or they'll make us some music or they'll like. This
What's
is
the
a
trap
symbiotic
box?
relationship.
That's some Atlanta shit.
Yeah,
I never heard of a trap box. What's the trap box?
It's a chat box, but it's a trap box. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. I got it.
17.5. 17.5. Just remember 17. So Kim, listen, knowing some real stuff, man. Mondale, I miss you, brother. I love you. But I got this pretty lady with me tonight, so I'm not feeling too goddamn bad. Listen, here's a big thing. Like our team, I read all the messages in different inboxes, and everybody loves them some Kim Brown. Like
really? Oh
yeah, the
shit.
Trap Squad
That's
likes you a lot, dog.
That's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, see, look, Breezy got all excited. You know what I'm saying? Because real recognize real, y'all. Real recognize real. I appreciate that, Trap Squad, very much.
Yeah,
Thank y'all.
They gave us the old random ass. You should bring her back more. And what else did I get? Y'all didn't argue at all. And Kim's great. And this is amazing. And I'm like, y'all are just suckers. Y'all are suckers for some women. But on the same token, like you deserve every bit of it. So I'm gonna start this off.
Thank you, Marcus. Very kind. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm gonna start this thing off real quick. because I just got off the phone with one of my friends, Alejandro Chavez, and his dad, his grandfather, is a person that we all know, Cesar Chavez.
Not Cesar. Cesar Chavez. What? Isn't today Cesar Chavez Day? If I have that
and today
correct?
is Cesar Chavez Day, and I got about 5 minutes with Alejandro over there in Phoenix, Arizona, and he, I wished him a happy CC Day, right? And he was like, "Oh, that's great, man. I'm busy as hell." So he's busy doing all the work, but I would be remiss if I didn't start the show off with one of our cultural leaders, one of our civil rights leaders, one of our immigrants' rights leaders, one of our farm workers leaders,
our labor leaders. Yes, that's
right. Making sure that he fought for equal rights, equal pay for people who keep the breadbasket what it is of America. Cesar Chavez. So happy Cesar Chavez Day, Trap Squad. Happy Cesar Chavez Day, everybody.
That's right.
And thank you for acknowledging me and answering my phone call today, Alejandro, because this is a very busy day for you. You know what I'm talking about? So
yeah.
That's right.
Yesterday was the deadline for the votes, the ballots to arrive at the National Labor Relations Board so they can start counting the ballots to see if the good people down in Bessemer, Alabama were able to get this union popping. Jeff Bezos needs to pay up. He needs to pay his workers correct. He needs to provide good, safe working conditions. And the fact that Bessemer, Alabama is overwhelmingly Black. This is a racial justice issue. This is a gender justice issue. This is an economic justice issue. So we are sending much love and solidarity to all the Amazon workers nationwide, but Bessemer, Alabama, they have been putting in some serious work down there.
Yo, listen, Amazon is the evil empire, man.
Come on.
And I can't front. Man, I can't front. I love me some fast delivery stuff, man.
Dog.
But on the same token,
listen. I was talking to the producer on our show. Her name is Genevieve, and she's in her early 20s. And I used to explain to her, or to tell her that, remember, Marcus, when you would order something, either off a television, that standard delivery time was 4 to 6 weeks.
That's right.
4 to 6 weeks. Your shit is not coming until next month at least. And I feel as though Amazon has spoiled us all really on that 2-day delivery. Like it didn't used to be like that, guys. Like you used to have to wait for your shit to be sent to you in the mail. And now Amazon has just zapped like that sort of tolerance that we would have for packages to arrive. But now we're so spoiled. But that has fucked up the workers. You know what I mean? Because that puts so much pressure under the workers in the warehouses. They have those TOTs, those timed out breaks where if they have to go to the bathroom, like they're not on the clock, and they get docked for that. Some people lose their jobs for taking too many bathroom breaks. It's pretty preposterous. So that 2-day shipping is not good for the labor, for the workers. So maybe we should go back to that 4 to 6 weeks. Y'all okay with that? I doubt it.
No. I want Amazon to pay. I want Amazon to pay their workers what the fuck they're worth and keep my 2-day shipping. Fuck that. Nah. We don't have to. Why do we have to live in the fucking Stone Age when we know it's possible? Just pay people their shit and we'll be all right. I'm sorry. I'm not like. Don't break the model. The model is already made, but pay people what they're worth. There's no reason for the top heavy ass Jeff Bezos to make all that money while our cousin, sister, uncle, boyfriend, girlfriend toes. Like think about what Amazon, people who work for Amazon do real quick. Because I don't think America really understands that. Like, you have to deliver packages first, right? So you have to have the skill set of a goddamn male person, a mailman or a mail woman. Now, mailmen and mail women make a decent wage. I'm not saying they make the highest wage, but they make a lot more than an Amazon worker.
It's right? Absolutely a livable wage, and it comes with benefits, and it's a unionized position.
That's right. And then if we think about we think about the warehouse worker. Well, in certain states, most warehouses are unionized. In Georgia, they're not, right? So like, you're working out every night, Kim. Like you're literally getting your workout on every night, getting your steps in. For no, like I've been lazy all day. Let me go ahead and lose this 10 pounds of Amazon real quick.
Dog, and you're gonna drop it fast because the warehouse in Bessemer, if I'm not mistaken, is for football fields long. Like it's something like monstrous. It's this enormous facility that can take you 30 or so minutes or longer to walk from one end to the other. And like you're under these ridiculous quotas, under these timetables, like here's my thing, Marcus. Like, I agree. First of all, yes, pay the workers. That's not even in dispute. But I think the 2-day shipping, I think we can do without the 2-day shipping. I think if they made it 4-day shipping, if they made it 4-day shipping, I'm pretty sure we all would survive.
Are you Kim?
It's too hard because listen, even if you were paying the workers, let's say $30 an hour, that's still back-breaking work. You know what I mean?
Nigga, if I'm paying a nigga $30 an hour, I want my shit there 48 hours from right now because I've been spoiled and I know it's possible. Like, if we can, follow what I'm saying. If we paying them cats a living wage, come on, Kim, follow me for a second.
I'm following. Let's go.
A living wage, a living wage, and benefits. And then, like, I'm already used to this lifestyle of I seen a rainbow paperclip. And I want that bitch at my goddamn door in 2 days. I don't know. I'm spoiled, and I'm showing my capitalistic side. But on the same token, like it's possible. Because I mean, how about this right here? All right, just follow.
There's
me.
a lot of shit that's possible that shouldn't be, right?
Follow my theory here. Follow my theory. Back before cars, there were horses. And if you wanted to mail a love letter to your girlfriend from New York to San Francisco, that bit might take 6 months in the 1800s.
Okay.
Right?
Pony Express. Yes. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
All right. So eventually technology advanced to the point where we can get that bit down to like 6 months or 5.5 months, right? And then technology made it so we had cars, so we can get it down to. But here's the difference: the whole time, these post office carriers made enough money where they could send money back, and they were like living a comfortable lifestyle while they were doing this. All I'm saying is, there's no reason to take away the skill set and the technology. All we need to do is just make sure these people are paid on time. You get the best people with a living wage. This is not like, is this capital? Now get me right, Kim, because you real quick to call a nigga out. Am I being too capitalistic right now?
Yes, you are. Yes, Marcus, because, all right, listen. I mean, all right, follow me here, right? So back in the day, in the 1800s, let's stick in your same scenario. We're in the 1800s. That's right. I got a plantation. Right? And it's just me.
Nigga, don't go there. That's not what I was talking about. See?
it's just me and my one field hand helping me in this plantation. And we trying to raise some crops and bring in a good crop. Well, if I imported some labor, maybe some cheap labor, maybe even some free labor, good chance that my plantation is going to have a higher yield. And you know what? If I'm accustomed now because of technology that I'm bringing in X amount of levels of my crop, I can't go backwards, can I, Marcus? Even if I'm exploiting my labor, but I hear what you're saying. Like you're saying that if people are being paid $30 an hour, then they should be expected to do $30 an hour worth of productivity. Unfortunately, that's what's happening now. These people are not being paid $30 an hour, but they are producing at an enormous level. Hence, that's why Jeff Bezos's bottom line has increased over $1 trillion during the course of this pandemic, because his workers have been doing an amazing job and they are not getting compensated for it. But I don't know, Marcus. Like, I just feel like, I don't know. Like for example, let me give you, okay, here's a good one. So like music streaming, right? Like that's the level of technology that we are at, where we can pay Amazon or Apple Music, a streaming service, and stream all the music we want for a certain amount every month. But that hurts the artists, right? Because the artists get so little from streaming in terms of any sort of revenue. And that's where I think technology maybe is not a good thing, because when you have to go out and physically buy like a piece of vinyl or a cassette or a CD or whatever, like the artist was getting a bigger piece of that. Well, other factors notwithstanding.
So my last argument on this is, if that was the case, if we were paying these artists the percentage that they're owed, and they just use the platform that they're selling their crap off of, and maybe out of every dollar that platform got 10 cents and the artist got 90 cents, then it would be fair. And that's the same thing I'm saying with Amazon. Like, y'all wouldn't be mad if we didn't know Jeff Bezos' name and niggas was getting paid $30 an hour. Like, you'd be like, you better listen. Right now, nobody in America is like, well, there are some people who are like, but very few people are like, you better go get you a job at Amazon. But imagine if they were paying $30 an hour.
Everybody.
But, listen, I wouldn't even be on this podcast
I'd be trying to go
right
get a
now.
job at Amazon.
I'll be showing up to y'all. I'll be showing up at Kimdo right now with some hair products.
Right. If Amazon's paying $30 an hour, I'm about to go apply to Amazon. See if they need
That's
some
right.
help.
That's right. But that's what they're worth. I do have one more shout out before we get into the news. Today is the 2-year anniversary of the big homie, the young homie who passed away too soon, Nipsey Hussle's death. Today is the 2-year anniversary of Nipsey Hussle passing away.
Rest in peace.
And getting assassinated by a nigga named Shitty Cuz. And more than just like his death, I want to celebrate his life real quick. And, you know, there's conspiracy theories, there's realness. All I know is that Nipsey Hussle went out of his way as a black man to start businesses in his community. And he might have died for it, but he didn't leave the hood. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of rappers having security now, right? But Nip did it. Nip did it his way, and Nip created a forever legacy in America, and especially in LA. So shout out to Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
So let's start this thing off right. We got 17-year-old girls in the house tonight.
Hey, that story is kind of blowing up all over the place about Matt
Gaetz. And I was in Tallahassee, Florida today, the city adjacent to his district.
Yes. Spill some tea, Marcus. What are the streets saying down there in Florida?
The streets are saying this right here. The streets are saying that it's bigger than what he tries to make it out to be. We talked about it a little bit last night, and he tried to talk over it a little bit. But now the conversation has gone beyond Matt Gaetz locally. The conversation is, how many Republicans is Matt Gaetz going to take out on his way out? That's the question. Well, because what has been understood and what I'm understanding. Now, again, these are not facts. TMZ hasn't dropped this yet, so I don't trust nothing until TMZ says, bum, 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 right? But what I do understand is that locally people are saying, okay, well, this might have happened. And if this happened, he hung out with a lot of people on a lot of private jets. There were a lot of elected officials. And it might like come back and bite them in the ass. So all I'm saying is keep an eye out on that story. Kim, we want to, you said something important. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Marcus.
No, you said something important earlier. And I kind of sort of
what I say?
You said weed.
Oh yeah, duh. Weed. Oh man, weed is doing amazing. Like, weed is already off to a wonderful start to 2021. And of course, everyone, I'm sure, heard the news today. New York State. What's up, Empire State? Stand up. Stand up. Legalize recreational marijuana for adults, and even going a step further, well, not just a step further, really doing the right thing, but will expunge the records of people who have past marijuana convictions, which all sounds like amazing news. Now, Marcus, tell me if you are familiar with the details. I mean, what are they going to do with the people that are currently locked up for weed? Like right now, I haven't heard the plan for making sure that people with marijuana convictions or people who are serving sentences right now connected to marijuana get released. Has Governor Andrew Cuomo, has he released a plan for that? Because here's a funny thing. Like, I see Cuomo, he released a statement. He's taking all this credit. Meanwhile, the local legislators, the people who serve in the New York State General Assembly are like, no, nigga, no, you ain't had nothing to do with this. You was actually trying to slow walk this whole thing.
That's right.
You cannot take credit for this, Andrew Cuomo. Get the fuck out of here. So what's up with the people that are still in jail, Marcus? That is the piece of this that I am not familiar with.
Okay. So, and this is per ABC News. New York State has legalized marijuana for adults and will expunge the criminal records of people previously convicted of crimes that would be legal under the new law. So you can't really expunge anybody that, like, you can't let people go while you're expunging the same criminal record, right? So they're going to have to let them people out. So that's what I think, unless they're on some draconian shit. That's what I think. But more importantly, you touched on it. Andrew Cuomo is fighting for his political life right now. Mm-hmm. And what we know about Andrew Cuomo is this right here. He is a political animal. Black folks, brown folks, white folks in New York State have been getting locked up for weed all throughout this guy's tenure, including when he was coming up and he was an organizer. He never said, excuse my language, I'm gonna say it in the Florida ways, not damn word about cannabis legalization. Mm-hmm. But since he's gotten in trouble, let me check a peep game, y'all. Since Andrew Cuomo has gotten in trouble, he done did a black church outreach tour and he legalized weed. Somebody's trying to be black and somebody's trying to get the black community behind him. And I can't front. What? It's probably going to work.
No, it ain't. Come on, Marcus. People see this for what this is. First of all, Cuomo wasn't part of this. Like he was not part of the movement of trying to get weed recreationally legalized in New York State. He's just doing the victory lap, right? Like he wasn't on the ground. He wasn't in the gym. He wasn't out there. He wasn't in the gym. He wasn't out there shooting in the gym with the organizers, you know, and that's the fucked up thing that Cuomo is going to try to take some credit for this. I'm glad to see the local lawmakers like, no, nigga, no, because a terrible statistic that I read that over, the past year, probably plus, 94%, over 90% of the people arrested in New York State for possession of marijuana have been black or brown. Like this has been a racially targeted law utilized, I would imagine statewide, but absolutely by the NYPD, who still, despite the fact that marijuana has been decriminalized in New York City for several years, still very much use possession of marijuana as a pretext to fuck with people, stop and frisk niggas, basically, right?
That's right.
And hold on, but while we're on New York, can I give a shout out to Virginia, which is Dwayne's home state? Listen, right. Here's the fun. You want to talk about somebody trying to get the black support? Governor Ralph Northam, right? Ralph Northam, for everyone, just remind y'all real quick. Governor Ralph Northam was the one in his law school, or pardon me, his medical school college yearbook. It was a picture of a white guy in blackface and a person wearing a Klan hood. And Governor Northam confirmed initially that he was one of the two people in that picture, though he never said which one that he was, because it would have done him no good. Well, who was that on the phone?
Sorry, that was my with your bitch ass drop.
Oh, yeah, with your bitch ass.
Listen, but Governor Northam is like, niggas, I am so sorry. Listen, I'm about to do a whole bunch of shit to make it up to y'all. Governor Northam done abolished the death penalty in Virginia. Governor Northam done passed a law, or with the Virginia legislature, to pre-register 16 and 17-year-olds to vote. So by the time it rolls around to them being 18, they are basically already registered to vote. And it was announced today that Governor Northam wants to fast track Virginia's marijuana legalization to July 1st, this summer. Right. He wants this shit to be fast tracked to July. So we got to big up Virginia while we bigging up New York at the same time, because, these are the kind of laws that Democrats need to get behind. Like marijuana really should be a no-brainer at this point.
But I gotta push back on you about something. I'm not giving these niggas props yet. And here's why I'm not.
Wow.
Here's why I'm not. I'm going to read some things for you, then I'm going to add a stat that I know about. The legislation in New York could create up to 60,000 jobs and generate up to $350 million in annual tax revenue for the state, according to the statement. Local sales tax rate of 14% includes a 9% allocated rate for the state, 3% for the municipality where the sale is made, and 1% for the county. From that 9%, 40% has been earmarked for communities disproportionately affected by prior drug laws, 40% for schools, and 20% for drug treatment and education. That all sounds beautiful.
But
Virginia, it sounds, and they have the same thing planned in Virginia too. That sounds beautiful. New York, that sounds beautiful. Y'all ain't bought that life until y'all allow equities for ownership.
come on,
I don't really like. Here's the thing: it's when you dedicate tax dollars to a community, we all know that y'all put y'all little grubby hands in it before it gets down. My thing is very simple. Yes, we need the money for our communities, but are you actually creating black owners and brown owners in the industry? Just like any other capitalistic corporation, any other industry, right? We can legalize it, right? But then what happens to the ownership? Right now, I keep going back to it because I'm in the industry. Less than 5% of American legal cannabis growers and operators are black.
Yes. Compared to how many black people have been arrested and face, criminal penalties behind marijuana. I'm sure that number is north of 80%, something ridiculous stat. But yeah, no, something similar happened in Maryland. We're not fully recreational sales, but basically, it's medicinal, it's decriminalized, and you can buy weed in dispensaries. And a number of would-be black owners filed suit against the state of Maryland for the process, because I think only two, if I'm not mistaken, like out of, dozens of these applications or these licenses that were granted, I think only two were minority owned and not even fully minority owned. You know how that goes, Marcus, where you have, the 51-49%, but that, that 49% might be actually running at 51% on the low.
That's right.
So, there has to be some sort of, there has to be, this almost is a reparations argument, is it not, Marcus? Because there has to be some sort of.
That's exactly what it is. And they would be smart. They would have been smart. These states and the federal government would be smart to curtail our reparations conversation by saying, well, we're giving you marijuana industry. Like, no, they could have done that. Shout out to Maryland, because Maryland shut that shit down. Like the Black Caucus in Maryland, and I don't know what else they did, but the Black Caucus in Maryland said, nah, y'all can't have this until there's black people that are involved with it. Kim is going to take federal legislation. Like, we get excited because the general public and politicians, they get excited because, yes, let's reverse the drug laws. Let's reverse the things that put black people in jail for just having weed. That's awesome. But that's not equity.
No. Especially when people who have marijuana convictions more than likely can't even work in dispensaries, because I know that's the case in the state of Maryland. Like, if you have a felony conviction, you can't work in a dispensary. If you have a drug conviction, you can't work in a dispensary. What kind of fucking sense does that make? Like, especially if you have a drug conviction, nigga, I got experience in this field. Like, you should hire me first out this joint. And that's terrible. And here's the fucked up thing, Marcus. Like, in these states that are making these steps towards recreational, setting the apparatus up, really, that kind of needs to be included. Maybe there should be a certain percentage of the annual sales of marijuana that get redistributed intentionally, specifically to Black and brown communities and marginalized communities. And that number would be a significant number, and it would be an annual number that grows, right? Because, like, in addition to the taxes, like, they should have like a certain, 1% of all marijuana sales for the year gets put into this reparations fund, and then the reparations are redistributed in some way. But that needs to be set up at the onset. It's kind of hard to go back into it after the shit is already up and running. They'd be like, oh, nigga, no, you can't take nobody else gets a cut of this. The cut needs to be factored in at the beginning.
Well, Kim, retroactively won't work, but I do have a solution. You ready for the solution?
What? Yes.
I'm in the industry, so I figured out what the solution is. How about this? Turn marijuana into a free market, like everything else. Just Follow what I'm saying to you. Turn cannabis licenses into a free market. If the bit costs $50,000 and a big white company wants to buy a $50,000 application in the hood, and then brothers from that same neighborhood has $50,000 and they set up their own operation, let the best man win. That's right. Because I guarantee you that people know their communities better. That club owner, that pastor, that cat who's been selling cannabis for years, he's going to be better, and he's going to make a lot more money than a company that comes in and has no idea about the neighborhood. See, the way they have it set up right now for these marijuana operations is very selective. They create the governor or some kind of operation creates a board, and the board, they're from the community. Now, some of these boards are fair, but most of these boards are corrupt. And if you have a lot of money or you have a lot of good lobbyists, you can just go and say, lobbyist XYZ, y'all only have 20 licenses. Me and my 3 big other companies, we want all the licenses, and y'all give one small company a license. And they monopolize the conversation. Let's check it out. There is over 100 licenses in the state of Illinois. 75, they put out 75 licenses for equity in the state of Illinois. Guess how many black people got an equity license in the state of Illinois?
I'm going to say 5.
No, 0.
No,
there is
shit.
no majority black owner.
Come on.
This is what I'm saying to you.
They didn't take nobody from Chicago money. They didn't take nobody from Chicago.
No. There's black ownership, but I said majority black owner. 0. So the governor of Illinois had to go back and be like, I can't give out any licenses. And that's why it's a hot mess right now. So let there be a free market. Like, give out as many licenses as you want to, and let us fight it out and figure it out. Best man win. That's my thought process.
Yeah, unfortunately, that free market stuff always works against us, just because we have usually been in the market, right? Or on the market. Like, I mean, I don't know, Marcus. Like, I wish that this country would take the steps to level the playing field, but it doesn't really seem to want to. I won't say that we can't seem to make them, but it just takes a while. Like, we can make them, but we just have to wear the system down and repeatedly go back and forth to court and do a whole bunch of extra, legwork and maneuvering and advocating and organizing that other communities, specifically the white community, just does not have to do, because they already have the resources and the connections. It is exhausting. I think we mentioned this last night, just how exhausting it is just to be Black in America and try to do anything, especially something productive, just because the roadblocks that get thrown up in front of you, are just arbitrary a lot of times, making certain communities meet certain requirements that other people just don't have to make. Right. So I am hoping that we do see some more Black ownership, but I think it's going to also require communities to be very knowledgeable about who owns what, where you live. And if the ownership doesn't match what the people in the neighborhood or in the community look like, well, then maybe that's not the place where you get to spend your dollars. You know what I mean? You may have to and inconvenience yourself in order to support the right kind of business, and tell them other people that maybe this ain't the spot for y'all. Maybe right. Y'all should be relocate back out to the suburbs. All this gentrification is really getting out of hand.
You know what, Kim? I gotta give you more props right now, because
what's that?
You gonna let me say shit on my show that you would cuss me out on Burn It Down with Kim.
Marcus, I'm a guest. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even take my shoes off. I still got my socks and shit on. I'm a guest in y'all's house.
Yeah, let me let you take your jacket off so we can have a real conversation real quick. No, I'm just joking with you. I'm gonna move on, because, and let's talk about Tucker Carlson auditioning to play the Joker. You got this video, Dwayne?
Yep.
The Wall Street people all say the GDP is going up. They say this is going to be great for the economy. The problem comes from Republicans who say, oh, but how will we pay for it? You want to raise taxes on the rich. Okay, and we don't want it. We don't want to drive up deficits if we're not cutting taxes for the very rich. That's the only time they'll do that. But they say, oh, no, we don't want it.
All right, got it. I got to go to Dana here.
No, all right, Juan. I'm going to tell you something. The American people think
you haven't told me anything, actually. Not one thing.
It's so
not
big.
One thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
I'll
Dana,
tell you a couple things. The American people like this.
Yeah, I feel right. Got it. Dana, I want to ask you, so Wanda said they walked it back because it wasn't good for the Biden administration. But to even consider putting the burden of this on the weakest in our society and not
Juan.
When,
I'm gonna tell you something. You hear Juan try to hit y'all with the fire marshal bill? I'm gonna tell you something.
Hey, listen, we call them petty Tifus, Antifas. Antifa showed up on. They let Antifas on Fox News. So, Trap Squad. Do we have a throwback? Do we have a throwback clip of that episode where I think we went through a whole 30 minutes on Juan Williams?
Call that nigga Petty Tifa. Did I hear that right? I mean, it just sounded kind of ridiculous. Oh my gosh, Juan Williams. I hope Juan Williams makes a whole lot of money to get up there and listen to all that bullshit from all them ridiculous racists over there on Fox News. Because, honey, couldn't be me. For $1 million, though, it could be me though. Let me not speak too soon.
Yeah, you'd be perfect on Fox News. Because first, after your first go around, Kim, they'll either bring you back a lot or fucking ban you. So you'll know. That's good for business.
It might be. I guess. I know. I'm not gonna say a name, but I have an acquaintance who is of the same, demographic as myself. And they went on Fox News and there was a viral clip of them getting owned by one of them peroxide blondes. And I said, oh, baby, no, don't let it be the homie. Like, you can't go on Fox. Listen, you better go on Fox News and demolish everybody, okay? Because those are not the brightest bulbs over there in the box. And if you go over there and get owned by one of them dummies, nigga, don't even. You can't show your face in the hood. Ever, never.
Right.
Terrible.
Right. My Fox News person is more than a person. She's a sister to me, and she will cuss me out in a heartbeat. Her name is Teslin Figueroa. She works with.
I've seen her before.
Yeah, she works with. We worked together, and she was the Bernie Sanders 2016 National Director of Justice or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. She worked in the Black Outreach Department, so she worked kind of underneath my umbrella. And Teslin. First thing about Fox News, they'll let you on if you tell the truth about Democrats, but they might not keep you if you keep talking the realness about Republicans, right? And I'm thinking to myself right now about the Republican Party and sort of where they stand and what they stand for right now, especially when it comes down to this Derek Chauvin trial, right? Republicans are mighty quiet right now about this trial because it's really hard to watch a man die over and over and over again and then hear the conversations that people are having and then hear the sideline news that people are having and still be like, well, yeah, but he was on drugs, right? Like,
well, because their favorite excuse for justifying police murder is that the officer feared for his life, which obviously Derek Chauvin, there's nowhere near any snowball chance in hell that he can make any kind of argument that way. And so, but that is what the lone sort of reason that conservatives or people who claim to stand with police, Blue Lives Matter, all that, blah, 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 if the officer feared for his life, or if the person was not being in compliance, then the officer was justified in using deadly force. But clearly that is not what happened to George Floyd, right? Like Chauvin was not in fear for his life, and George Floyd was not any sort of threat to him. So, conservatives, I like to think that they are reasonable people who can see logic, and perhaps this may be one of those times where, a broken clock is right at least twice a day. Like they can see that this was clearly wrong, and maybe instead of opposing Derek Chauvin, that they have just chosen to be silent, right? They're just not going to say anything. Plus, we know like the GOP or people who support Trump or whatever, still mighty quiet after January 6th. To see them cops get their ass beat by people wearing, the thin blue line flags and, Trump flags. Like, I'm telling you, I still sometimes like to go back and watch some footage of the insurrection, because that shit is hilarious. That is about the funniest shit I ever see. And every time they show some clips of the insurrection, I always run them joints back in slow motion when they're like, and see, here's the officer right here getting bear maced. I'm like, hold on, slow, damn dog. You thought it couldn't be you, didn't you, Officer Friendly? You had all that pepper spray for Black Lives Matter 2 weeks prior, but you didn't think that Roger and them was gonna come down here and fuck y'all up at the U.S. Capitol. That shit is great. I suggest everybody go back and watch January 6th footage for shits and giggles, because it is hilarious.
Let me go ahead and make sure that Clickbaity Political ThirstTrap never gets a blue check by saying this right here.
Yes. No, yeah, we need y'all that.
Just make sure that we just officially stay off the blue check official list of YouTube, like everybody that doesn't like blow us up the way we should be blown up. But we don't get blown up because I'm about to say a statement like this right here. Conservatives killed cops on January 6th.
Dog.
It's that simple. Conservative people murdered cops. Republicans murdered cops on January 6th. There's no way around it.
No.
There's no way that you can play games with it. So, like, I know y'all don't like hearing this. I know that the little 19-year-old content curator at YouTube is going to watch this and be like, God damn it. But guess what? Your uncle them went up to the Capitol and police officers were killed.
Marcus, the truth is the truth.
They make fucking laws thinking that black men and black people are we don't kill cops.
Not at the rate white people do. No. No, we don't.
Yeah, and I don't know even some of the most gangsters in PG County go into the city with guns.
In DC,
I know gangsters and killers in PG County. They don't.
No. Well, because the gun law, listen, anybody who knows anything about Washington, D.C. knows that D.C. has amongst the strictest gun laws in the country. And you cannot just willy-nilly bring a gun into the district, because if they catch you, it's a problem. It's a big problem. And at the January 6th insurrection and the two previous Proud Boys Trump supporter rallies that were held in D.C. in November and December of 2020, most of the arrests that were done of Trump supporters or Proud Boys had to do with weapons charges. Like these people, they was bringing guns. And see, that is honestly, Marcus, why I think that on January 6th, the U.S. Capitol Police did not just open fire on this crowd, despite the fact that they were being attacked, because they knew how many guns was in that crowd. And they knew that that particular gathering of that demographic was just waiting for the cops to pull out a gun and start blasting on them. Because, I mean, it would have been a shootout at the OK Corral on the steps of the U.S. Capitol. It would have been very, very bad. And so even though I didn't like to see a sort of restraint of force from the Capitol Police and the Metropolitan Police towards the crowd of January 6th, I understood why they did not just open fire. But I know had that been niggas or Muslims, they would have opened fire and not thought twice about it.
Well, I mean, if it hadn't been a mixed crowd, they would have opened fire, right? Like, who are you guys with? Who are you white people with all these Negroes and
bunch of nigga lovers, bunch of nigga lovers.
Yeah,
and I know you got some. Y'all got some nigga lovers in the Trap Squad. I see y'all. Bunch of nigga lovers.
Hey, well, first, the Trap Squad. They are hard squirrels, and that's a hard ER. That's the hard squirrel gang right there, the hard ER squirrel gang. You are now rocking with the best. Thank you for watching the Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Please like, subscribe, share, rate us on your podcast. Podcast folks, if you're listening to us right now and you're going 60 miles per hour, slow the fuck down unless somebody is behind you. And if you're in the fast lane going slow, kill yourself.
Get your ass out the way.
Just take a hard right, just take a hard left into whatever barrier that's right there, right? But if you driving the speed limit or you're following the flow of traffic, then rock with us. You can find me at Marcus for America on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and also Wody Bobo on Instagram. That's my puppy. Y'all follow him real quick. Y'all make sure that y'all go and follow Done Right Media. Make sure y'all give my man Tunde and Dwayne their big ups for whatever your production needs are. And also, Kim, where can they find you at, sis?
You can find me on Twitter at Kim Brown Live. I am also on Instagram at Kim Brown Talks. I don't post a whole lot on Instagram. I'm trying to get better at Instagram. But please, first and foremostly, if you have the time, be sure to go over to the Burn It Down with Kim Brown YouTube channel and please give us a subscribe or a like or a share. We would really, really appreciate it. Shout out to the whole Burn It Down Brigade, our fire fam, even though we have not yet decided on a name for us. Like, you know, we can't, it ain't all catchy like Trap Squad, because Trap Squad really, 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 really hits the mark. I really fucks with Trap Squad. So, but thank you all so much for coming over from Clickbaity to come over and support us over at Burn It Down. We really, really appreciate that. Burn It Down with Kim Brown on YouTube. Please subscribe at your convenience.
Listen, Kim is consistent, right? Y'all better rock with her because we'll go missing on y'all ass for 2 weeks. And y'all will be like, yo, what the fuck is the deal? Y'all better go over there for some consistent. Black women are consistent, man. Y'all better go over there and like her show when y'all can't. Even if y'all getting y'all full dose of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap, y'all go over there and support her real quick. We're about to take a real quick 1 minute 15 second break, and we'll be right back.
Trap Squad, 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 Trap Squad. Hey, Clickbaity Political, yeah. Thirst Trap, Trap Squad, Squirrel Squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. Yeah. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege, take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let our voice be heard every single weeknight. Unapologetic. Yeah. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent Clickbaity. Yeah. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Let me hear ya. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Thirst Trap, Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Let me hear ya. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad. Thirst Trap, Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad.
Mama, put that out, man. We here. Let's go.
No, I ain't gonna put this out. Are you crazy?
Ma, we can smoke it when we come out the store. Ma, put it out. We're smoking when we come back.
No, motherfucker, I'm gonna do it right now and shut your mouth.
God damn, you a pothead.
Ooh, lovely, lovely.
Listen. Don't front on baby boomers. Don't front on baby boomers. Y'all don't even know. Baby boomers was out here growing weed and tripping acid and doing all kinds of shit before y'all was little twinkles in your daddy's eye. Baby boomers I will drink you under the table, will smoke you under the table. Don't fuck around with them septuagenarians and them octogenarians. Vets, they are vets out here, veterans. Been doing this. Look at my man Willie Nelson. Look at my man Tommy Chong. Look at George Clinton. George Clinton is still out here kicking it, y'all. How many drugs y'all think George Clinton done did in his life?
My team sold them drugs at one point, so I know. Listen, listen. If you ever wondered where the opposition was to conservatives in the 70s and in the 60s, look no further than that last video.
That's right.
That was the woman who taught your mama how to be a progressive, so your ass would be a progressive. That's her. That's her right there. And you know what? From all the things that she's probably gone, and I don't know that woman from Adam, but for all the things that woman right there has gone through to be so confident and tell her son to shut the fuck up till she gets finished with her blunt.
Listen.
That woman right there deserves an air horn. So when you find the air horn, Dwayne, you give this woman the air horn. She deserves the air horn. She deserves some acorns. Squirrel Gang, give her some acorns. Can we find out her name? Can we get her to wear a clickbaity mask or something? I would go and make a mask for her to rock. And she'd probably be like, I don't wear no goddamn mask. I am the immunization.
Do you know how many weed sponsorships might be coming her way right now? Do you understand that Philly Blunt is trying to find her at on social media? Listen, Glenda, listen, you're the perfect ambassador for our brand right now. Let Glenda shine. Give Glenda her coins. Glenda, she done burned a bra back in the day just so she could go viral on the internet for calling her son a motherfucker and for blowing smoke right in his face.
Listen.
That's gangsta shit. Gangsta shit.
Did you see her initial look when he said, could you put that out? I've never seen that mama look about weed before, right? I'll beat your motherfucking ass if you say anything else about me putting this out right now. And you know what? That woman right there, she deserves free weed for the rest of her life. So one of these companies, including my own, we need to figure that one out. And she's not problematic. She's organic. Unlike our next person that we're about to talk about. Chet Hanks, White Boy Summer, 2021. Now listen, I gave Chet Hanks, I didn't give him props. I let these white boys do what they want because first off, we end up getting murdered anytime we try to stop them. But Chet Hanks and White Boy Summer, before I go too far, Chet Hanks and White Boy Summer is a desperate ploy from some white guys to make sure that they own the culture this summer. And listen, if y'all win, that's fine. But I see y'all, right? And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, right? But I'm putting on my Hotep hat here for a second, and there's nothing wrong with Hotep, so let me make sure I use that. I'm putting on my conspiracy theory hat. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all see the moves that are being made by famous people when it comes down to black families and interracial families. Now, you love who you love, but I see y'all. So let's just go ahead and make sure that y'all love who y'all love. But on the same token, this White Boy Summer thing better not be whack, and you better not be chauvinistic, and you better not be patronizing to my black women, white men. And the same goes for white men and black women and black men and white women. Now just do it the right way, right? Don't make it organic. Don't make it.
No.
Don't make
Marcus, I'm sorry. Marcus, I disagree with everything. Every single thing that you just said right here. For one, Chet Hanks.
You love who you love. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't want to patronize that shit.
No. I hear you, but we gotta operate. We have to consider the source. Okay, Chet Hanks is a clown. That's a clown. That's a clown. And I'm gonna make his day because I'm gonna call him a clown ass nigga. That nigga's day is made. All shit done gone me a nigga. Oh, I've arrived. Okay. First of all, Chet is a clown. So anything that come out his mouth is going to be clown-ish, right? What did the good sister Monique say? When you do clownery, white boy summer sounds horrifying. That sounds like some shit I am terrified of. If it's a white boy summer, I'm staying my black ass in the house, okay? Because white boy summer sound like some shit I don't want no parts of. That sound like some shit where there's some crosses burning everywhere, okay? I don't want no parts of white boy summer. And third of all, like, let me tell y'all real quick about my whole reference to Chet Hanks. So, like, anybody who watched Showtime, Shameless on Showtime with William H. Macy about the Gallaghers.
Right.
It's a poor white family living on Chicago's South Side. Now, he was in a couple of seasons of Shameless, and I just knew him. I didn't even know his name. I'm like, oh, that's old boy's girlfriend off Shameless. Oh, okay. And then he was on Empire, like, as a white rapper. And I'm like, oh, old boy from Shameless is on Empire. Then, like, a couple years ago, like at the Golden Globes, when Tom Hanks got some sort of Lifetime Achievement Award, me and my friend are watching the Golden Globes. We're like, what's that nigga off Shameless doing at Tom Hanks' table? Like, how did he get to sit at Tom Hanks' table? And he's like, yeah, my son Chet. I was like, that nigga is not Tom Hanks's son. And I don't know where Chet falls in the birth order of Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson's children, but he's giving off big middle child energy. I don't know if that's even youngest kid energy. Usually the youngest kid can do, get themselves together. He's giving off big middle child energy right now. So listen, don't fret about the white boy summer. Listen. As somebody who dates interracially, I am not enthusiastic about a white boy summer at all.
Okay, so
it sounds bad.
Can I tell you that your whole statement was going to shape my viewpoint, and I was waiting for you to say something because I couldn't. I needed that sisterly help to shape my viewpoint on it. Now I have the clearance to say what the fuck I really wanted to say. Sorry, Trap Squad, but y'all don't get all of it because a nigga don't want to be canceled. Check this out. Chet full of shit.
Yes, he is.
Hey, okay. So I do have a story for you guys, and obviously Chet does really date black.
I think his baby mama is black.
Chet Hanks' violent split with ex caught on video. Chet Hanks and ex-girlfriend are at war over a volatile relationship that recently ended, with both of them slinging allegations of violence. There's a video of a bloody Hanks. Well done, sister. TMZ has obtained a video of what Chet says is at the end of the altercation between him and ex Kiana Parker that turned violent back on January 8th, 2 days after the insurrection. Chet's place in Sugar Land, Texas. Chet turns the camera on Kiana when she appears to swipe at him as she holds a pot with a bloody Chet reappearing in the next frame.
So,
saying she charged him with a knife, something that Kiana denies. Chet's not the only one to claim violence. Kiana got a restraining order against Chet in January, alleging that he roughed her up on multiple occasions between October 20th and January 2021. Who knew that Forrest Gump's kid was going to be this guy? Let's watch that video. You got the video?
I do, but just for some context and just to see how fast things can change, we're going to play the original White Boy Summer video and then show him getting his ass whooped.
Did they hear that?
Hey guys,
yes.
Look, I just wanted to tap in really quick. I just got this feeling, man, that this summer is it's about to be a white boy summer. You know, take it how you want. I'm not talking about like Trump, NASCAR type white. I'm talking about me, John B, Jack Harlow type white boy summer. You know what I mean? Let me know if you guys can vibe with that and. Get ready, because I am.
Me with a knife?
Shit.
You're threatening me with a knife?
Wake up.
Bitch just attacked me with a knife.
No, I didn't. Did I attack you with a knife, John?
This bitch just attacked me with a knife.
Did I attack you with a knife? No, not at all. You pushed me.
Wow.
You pushed me.
Now you're trying to flip the story. Wow.
When I'm done with your ass.
Wow.
When I'm done with you.
She just attacked me with a knife.
You better get out of my face.
She just attacked me with a knife. There's the proof. She's mad because I caught her stealing. Stealing my money. Taking my credit cards and charging her rent to them. Other shit like that.
Chet Hanks, you was on 2 major series and your daddy is Tom Hanks. You got rent money for that sister. Shut the fuck up, dog.
Yo,
just shut up. Just shut up.
So, Chet,
clown,
bro, like on some real shit, you were benefiting off of black culture, but you don't understand. Like, first off, keep everything in house when it comes down to sisters, because you could accidentally mess up and start falling into racist tropes if you ain't being factual. And I got a funny feeling that your punk ass deserved that fucking bloody ass face. And here's the thing about getting blood on your face. You don't let it drip. No man is gonna let blood drip down their face all the way down to here and not wipe that shit off. No, you let that shit drip because you wanted to make some kind of soft ass.
That's right. No, exactly.
You let that shit drip because you wanted to make some kind of fucking internet porn, like some clickbaity porn, and not clickbaity dope, clickbaity political thirst trap, clickbaity like that whack ass shit that came before we came and straightened that word out. Your fuck
big
ass.
middle child energy. That is big. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I need attention. Look at me. At any listen. Do you know? First of all, I think Chet is like 1 of 5. I think Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson had like 5 kids, and Chet is the only one of them motherfuckers you ever heard of. You know why? Because the rest of them got sense enough to spend Tom Hanks's money and shut the fuck up, right? and just be living, right? Chet needs attention. Now Chet out here slandering sisters, getting his ass whooped, and talking about white boy summer, scaring the shit out of everybody. Like, come on now, Chet. Come on, Chet. What's wrong with Chet, Marcus? What's wrong with him?
Chet, listen, Chet trying to start that white supremacist summer.
This is like low key. And I'm telling you, and you heard him in the first video when he declared white boy summer. He was like, yeah, you know, like white boys like me and John B. John B's like, nigga, don't put my name in this shit.
Right.
John B somewhere mad as hell. like John B, like, nigga, I got good cred in the streets. I did a song with Tupac, okay? Like, don't be bringing John B name in this shit all willy-nilly. John B ain't asked for that.
Somewhere Robin Thicke is like, God damn it, I was just trying to get back in.
Right. Like all of, and I don't even know. I don't even know about Robin Thicke. I don't know about Robin Thicke's credentials because I can't remember if the shit with him and Paula Patton ended. I don't think it ended sweet.
It didn't end sweet. And I mean, like, here's the 12-year-old boy in me. Boy, how you messing up with Paula Patton, bro? Like,
oh, come on.
Like,
Marcus, we're not going to get into this. We're not going to have this conversation because you said something yesterday that kind of stuck with me, and I've been laughing about it like really for 24 hours.
What'd I say?
When you said, you were like, there's this thing on the internet right now where black women ain't never wrong. But black men are wrong at every turn. But the sisters ain't wrong never. This shit ain't right. This shit ain't right.
Go ahead, get on me because I'm problematic. I'm problematic to a point. But here's the thing, though. I'm going to, unlike a lot of people who talk shit on the internet, I put my body on the line for a sister. I fuck a nigga up over, I fuck somebody up over black women, bro. And that's real talk. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people won't, but I'm kind of crazy because I don't want to lose, Kim. I just don't want to lose. Like, I don't want my people to lose, right? At the end of the day, more than just facade. Mm-hmm. I do truly believe in what Malcolm X said, that black women are the most disrespected humans on the planet.
Everybody.
I think black men are the most targeted and black women are the most disrespected. That's how I feel about my community. And we need to get to a point where we can, change those things. So if I offended you, Kim, you can cuss me out because I'm coming on your show sometime soon.
No, you didn't offend me. I just thought it was funny. I just got a good laugh. I said Marcus told a very funny joke yesterday that I've been laughing about.
Thank you for holding that one down. I mean, I am going to say this, Kim. Let me say this. Yeah. Let me be real. A conversation, and we don't have to have the conversation right now, but a conversation with black women and black men have to happen. It has to happen sometime soon. And we need to make sure that we have community interest first before we allow outside influences to come in and destroy the relationships between black men and black women. I think that
who from the outside would who on the outside is destroying the relationships between black men and black women?
Well, okay, so I think that white supremacy has. I think I'm being very honest when I say this. I think that white people historically have chosen who's going to be their favorite entity from the black community. In the 60s, 70s, and 80s, I think it was black men. In the 90s, I think it was black men. In the 2000s, I think it was black men. And with the advent of white feminism, I think that I will honestly say that black women became the source of, okay, now they're our next idols, even though they deserved it the whole time. And I'm not taking away from the problematic nature of what black men have been in the past, but I do think that there has been extra forces that have tried to choose who the important black person was within our community. Right?
Yes.
And not let ourselves elevate ourselves. I do. I think that. And
yes.
And I'm not going to run away from that statement. As controversial as it is, and I don't even think it's controversial.
I think that's not controversial. I think that's truthful. That's factual. That's. I mean, I think what you're saying is still very much applicable right now. Also.
Right. So like when I think about like so I think two things. I think that some of us fall victim to what. Because here's the thing, patriarchy is patriarchy, but white male patriarchy is not the same as black male patriarchy. And
correct.
Also because there's a power dynamic that nobody talks about. And also I don't think there's an honest conversation about responsibility within the black community from black men. Also, that's a factual thing too. But both can be true at the same time. And we don't have realistic conversations about how much elevation comes from folks who don't have our community's best interest, but more so want to push a certain narrative instead of fixing our shit. And at this point, I'm just the person that's willing to fix our shit. That's all.
So I don't disagree really with much that you said. Now, when it comes to fixing our shit, there has to be a mutual acknowledgement of what the problems are, right? And I'm not saying all, but there's a significant number of brothers who will say that, oh, well, sisters got it easier than me. You know, it's not as hard. Y'all don't get fucked with by the police and this, that, and the third. Okay, well, that's not true. Now, first and foremostly, you may not see or hear Black women being killed by the police, perhaps in the same numbers as brothers, but it does happen. Black women are victims of police violence. Breonna Taylor is a glaring example of that. And she is also an example of the few times that a Black woman who has been murdered by the police has had their name lifted up as often or as to heights comparable to Black men who have been killed by the police.
Hey, Kim, if I may like interrupt and let you just hold your point for a second, but I am going to push back. Every single time a Black man is killed by the cops, a Black woman is affected.
Oh, no doubt. I'm
right?
saying,
they're
like,
victims,
for example, like we don't
every
know.
single murder that happens of Black men, a Black woman is left there to either take care of a kid, suffer fucking PTSD from like our community is affected no matter what. But I guess what I'm saying is that it's not a public acknowledgement of both of the situations, right? Black women are left alone to kind of fend for themselves, and some of them become leaders and some of them become like victims, and you know, sometimes they get paid and sometimes they seek justice and sometimes they never get justice, in comparison to like outside of our community where there's a holistic aspect. Anytime anybody gets killed outside of our community, for the most part, it's like the whole community comes together and we kind of get criminalized. But I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, sister. Go ahead.
So, for example, like in Chicago, like most people know Laquan McDonald's name. They do not know Rekia Boyd's name. And right. Rekia Boyd was shot in the head by a cop who eventually did not face the most harshest charges behind her murder. But that's just an example, right? I feel like, you know, sisters who are victims of police violence, you don't know their names as much as you know the brothers who are the victims of police violence. But there's not an acknowledgement of what the issues are in terms of our community, right? Because I feel like Black men would be like, oh, well, you know, I'm very much oppressed by white supremacy and the white man and this, that, and the third, but will ignore the oppressing that he's doing to his woman or to his child, right? And that Black women are constantly reminded that we are on the bottom rung of this totem pole, right? We are on the lowest rung of this ladder. But you are constantly trying to explain this to another demographic, Black men, who thinks that they are on the bottom rung of the ladder. So I feel like we keep trying to out worst each other. Like, no, I got it worse. No, nigga, I got it worse. You know what I mean? And in the context of that dialogue, no one is being heard, right? Like we're not hearing each other. And that's a problem. So I feel like now, in recent times, let's say maybe the past 20 or 30 years, where Black women have felt more empowered generally to speak up and out. Yeah, you're hearing a lot of Black male slander because chicks are sick of this shit and they tired of being quiet about it. You know what I mean? They tired of, you know, just eating it and just dealing with it. Like, no, we gonna call them out. If you an ain't shit dude, be prepared to be called an ain't shit dude, and here are the reasons. But if that's not you, don't get hyper defensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be like, oh, well, not all brothers.
It's hard, but,
of course,
Kim,
not all brothers.
But Kim,
of course, not all brothers.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000, but that's hard to do, even individually at a minute level. That's hard to do for a Black man who is like still suffering from whatever oppression that they're suffering, still feels like they're oppressed, but still doing the right thing. And not like blaming Black women for everything, right? Like, and so when a Black
maybe not allowed, but maybe in their actions, maybe in their actions, maybe not.
Hold on, follow me though. When a brother says, well, shit, I ain't did that, and then the response tends to be, you don't get it. Like it's a systemic thing. We're not talking about all Black men, but that individual brother has gone through so much to not be that person. And yeah, should people, now the question is, should people get their cookies for just doing the right thing? Right? Should people, you dig what I'm saying? Like, should people get their props for doing the right thing? And and it's a nuanced conversation, Kim. I'm not going to even, I'm gonna be 1,000. Like, peep game. So just follow me for a second.
Go ahead.
There was only one straight Black man in leadership in any of the presidential campaigns.
So, but you have to tell me what straight has to do with it.
Well, I'm just saying, because there's, okay, you want to go there? We can go there, right? White progressives consider Black gay folks a little bit more acceptable than straight Black men, even though Black progressive gay folks, LGBTQIA folks, go through the same amount of oppression, if not even more. Yeah, totally, if not more. Even more. Right? No, but follow what I'm saying to you.
I'm gonna try.
We can talk about it, right? Like right now, and I'm not talking about 3 years ago. I'm talking about like right now, today, right? And even Black gay men, like you don't really see Black men in leadership positions in many of progressive politics, not progressive politics, whether they're gay or not. You just don't see it. And when you bring it up, and I could talk about a particular campaign that I was on that was very popular, that I saw, that I saw, where there was like, you know, they found themselves asking a million folks, okay, how do we talk to Black men? And I was like, well, maybe you hire one.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny when I say that, right? And it's like, what I'm saying is this right here. Oppression comes in different ways. I think And then also that same campaign had a very major problem with tokenizing the black women that were on the campaign. We're going to put you up here, but you ain't got no power. Right?
Oh, Kamala
So
Harris.
the sisters who got hired. So the sisters who got hired were like, Marcus, bruh. We tried to hire some brothers, man, but they ain't listening to nothing I gotta say. So I when I say that we need to start like building upon ourselves and having real organic conversations, even when I say problematic shit, if it sounds problematic, I think we need to start having open conversations within our own community about how we talk to each other and about how we can curtail influence outside of ourselves to build stronger within ourselves. That's the only thing I'm saying, Kim.
Let me circle back to something that you said. You said that you were talking about the brother that has, worked really hard not to be the ain't shit dude, right? And still, he may still catch shit from black women or about like, you don't understand, my experience and this, that, and the third. And I can understand that. I really can. My issue with that brother in particular is that even if it ain't him, he likes to pretend that he don't know no dudes like that, right? He likes to pretend like, I don't know no ain't shit dude. Well, ain't none of my friends rapists, ain't none of my friends cheaters, ain't none of my friends domestic abusers. Nigga, you a whole lot. Like there are too many women out here who are survivors.
There's no such thing as problematic black men at all. What are you talking about? I've never heard of that ever.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's why women want to throw knives right there, because
I mean, on the same token, can I say something to you, Kim? This is the furthest in the conversation that I've gone with a lot of people publicly. Because niggas get canceled for just bringing up the topic.
Come on, Marcus. You're being a little dramatic there, don't you think? I'm being serious. Wait, but bringing up what topic? What topic? What's the topic? If the topic is bitches ain't shit,
okay, check this out. I remember, check this out. 3 years ago, I remember saying this to a group of my partners. I said, I dare one of y'all to take a selfie and just say, black men. I dare one of y'all to do it. And brothers was looking around each other like, I ain't gonna do it. But one person decided to do it. And when I tell you there was a vitriol reaction, like just, hey, well, how come you didn't invite us? Or what y'all were talking about? Like, y'all problematic. It became a thing. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of hurt. What I realize is that there's a lot of irresponsible men and there's a lot of hurt people in general. That's what I'll say, because folks get triggered off of just pictures, right, and just conversations. Folks get triggered off, and it's Kim. I can't front. It's hard to talk about the space of black men in public, and maybe you've never heard this before, but I'm as intersectional as I could possibly be, and I'm also willing to take my L's as a progressive commentary person, as a black man, as a person in the political space. I'm willing to take my L's, but I can't even get to the point of having like Kim. This is one of the longest conversations without yelling that I had about black women and black men. Kim,
because I'm exhausted. I mean, not with you, but just with conversation sometimes in general. So sometimes, even if something is said and you have not said such a thing, let me just make that very clear. But if something is said that I would like to yell about, sometimes I just don't. You know why? Because niggas talk over you. and it can be a headache just trying to be heard or by listened to sometimes. And so I'm at an age where, a lot of the mannish shit that some men tend to do, I just let them do it. Because you know why? I don't feel like arguing with you. Because you already think I'm less than you anyway. You already think I'm not as smart as you. You already think that you know more than me. Again, Marcus, not you. I'm just saying in general.
No. So wait a minute. Let me be very careful. I hope I'm not talking over you right now.
Oh no, you're not. No, you're not.
No,
You're not. You're not. But let me ask the women that are watching this show right now. I mean, because if you try to check people, especially as Black women, and I'm gonna say people because white people talk crazy to Black women all the time, but Black men talk crazy to Black women sometimes too. But it's like if you try to check every nigga that's talking to you condescendingly, you're going to be constantly checking niggas, okay? And
That's right.
you know who has the energy to do that? I don't. I'm not gonna. I would just cancel that nigga in my brain. And all of a sudden, anything that nigga has to say henceforth on is already disregarded in my mind. Now, he might never know it just because I don't have the energy to I'm not finna argue with you. You know what I mean? I'm not, we just not gonna do that because I'm just too old. Now, younger women can do that. Listen, they dropping dollars in this. Somebody is dropping some knowledge right now. Listen, I support younger women checking men all day. Older women, listen, girl. We got too much. We got to be stressing ourselves out over what some men be talking about.
Over some nigga.
Over some nigga. Listen. Let me real quick. So my mom is in her 70s. She's 75. She gets mistaken for being in her 50s all the time. And I asked her. I said, "Mama," I said, you know, why is it? You know, what are you doing? Like, how is it that you look so much younger than what you are? And she said, you know what? She said, if I had a nigga I had been chasing out behind all these years, she said I wouldn't look this good. I said, okay, noted. Noted, mama. Niggas age you, ladies. Please make a note of it.
So I'm actually, my response to that is like, you're not wrong. I try my hardest to open up a space for brothers to actually be able to openly listen to sisters. Mm-hmm. Even when ether is thrown at me, because Kim, I will say this to you. There's been times where I just expressed myself as a human being that had nothing to do with anything, right? Like when we started let me give you an example. When we started Clickbaity Political ThirstTrap, when me and Mondale said, we need a show with a space for organic Black men to be able to talk the truth about how they feel. Do you know how many bombs were thrown our way when we first started, Kim? There were people calling us, what's the name of it? The Patriarchal Dick Society show and the this, that, and the, like, it was all kinds of crazy names from people, and they think that we don't know, but there's some sisters that also love us that told us what y'all said, right? And it was like, God damn, we can't even have a goddamn show without being like. And it was before we even said a single word. And the funniest part about it was our first 3 episodes we spent bigging up sisters. Y'all can go back and watch them right now. There was not a negative patriarchal statement that was made, but it was like, and it made me think. It didn't make me angry, Kim, but what it made me think was, God damn, we got a lot of work to do. Because if we're in a space where brothers are just open their mouth and it's problematic just because brothers open their mouth without even saying anything, then how are we gonna get free? Because believe it or not, and this is a fact that a lot of people don't want to recognize, John Ossoff, Warnock, Biden, they wouldn't be elected right now without Black men also. In the state of Georgia, like, that's just a scientific fact. Like, that's a political science fact, right? So, and it's not like this has nothing to do with taking away from Black women. This more so has to do with, let's acknowledge the community, because you never know who answers the door in the hood. It could be a sister, it could be a man. And if you're knocking on doors, you got to be prepared to talk to both communities and their families, right? So, I don't know, Kim. I'm just like...
Now, hold on, Marcus. Now, since you mentioned the Georgia Senate runoff election, to counter, I got to bring up the fact, because somebody brought this up to me, about the number of Black men who voted for Donald Trump this time around. Like, Donald Trump, did he double his Black male voter turnout?
Overall turnout, but here's the pushback on that. That's because the overall turnout damn near doubled with black men in general. He got the same percentage points, right?
But how
also,
was it that Donald Trump was able to gain, and again, not in any significant number that's going to sway any election, but it's worth examining. Would you say?
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Like if we're gonna have a conversation, let's have the conversation, right?
Come on.
The presidential campaign, the Biden campaign, didn't even know how to talk to black men.
Yes,
they going around asking.
But Trump did. Is that what you said? Is that what you're telling me? Like the Biden didn't know how to talk to black men, but Trump did. Because let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, Marcus. Not what I'm saying. No, I'm about to lay it out for you because I'm gonna keep it real with you in a way that I'm not sure that you are going to keep it real with me in the same way. Because let's keep it a buck. All right, like how many times over the past 25 years has black male rappers referenced Donald Trump in an admirable way regarding his wealth, regarding his capital, all the shit that he owns? There is something about that multi-millionaire, playboy, grab him by the pussy. Like that's very appealing to certain segments of black men. And I want black men to interrogate why the fuck that is. Like,
okay, I'm gonna respond to you real quick, Kim, and I'm gonna use one of your talking points. How many times in the past 30 years did Republicans put black men in jail at the same rate that the crime bill did, written by a Democrat that just ran for president of the United States? Like, a lot. I mean, I'm not trying to be super contradictory here, but what I am going to say to you is what you presenting, right? You're talking to a subset of individuals who have never received anything but go to jail, nigga. Shut the fuck up and go to jail, nigga. That's what black men in Georgia have received. Mm-hmm. Now, for the turnout and for us to see, one thing that I'm going to say that we can't be remiss about is the largest increase of any individual voter in Georgia during the fucking general election was young black men from the ages of 18 to 24. Mm-hmm. Nobody brings that up, right? So those guys were conscious as hell about what the hell they were doing. And it's also kind of a pseudo myth that as many black men went super ham for Trump as they did. And you're right about one thing. There's been a lot of rappers that have rapped about Trump especially you and I are hip hop heads. You and I are hip hop heads, especially when we came up.
Trump, niggas was your meat lump.
That's right. That's right. But from 2014 to 2021, Did you hear niggas making rap songs about their support for Donald Trump? Matter of fact, the most popular rap song that had Donald Trump's name in it was by two black men. And what was the name of the song? Fuck Donald Trump.
Is that the one for the kids from Baltimore that they made?
No, that was Nipsey Hussle. R.I.P.
Oh, listen, I don't even know if that one
YG and Nipsey Hussle.
Listen, kids in Baltimore made a song called Fuck Trump in 2016 that actually got picked up by Fox News, and they was actually openly wondering were the kids terrorists, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
Is it copywritten? Because I want to play that.
Oh, I don't even.
Go grab it. We close to the end of the show, so even if we play it in something, we'll be all right. So let me grab it.
I'm wondering if it even exists. Like, I hope it still exists. I hope we didn't get snatched down off YouTube. It was somewhere. It's still out there man, the children.
Hey, Trap Squad, can I say something to y'all real quick?
What's
you
up?
guys just witnessed an intimate conversation that does not happen in public.
Hey, and look, Marcus, before you go any further on that, I've been, since y'all was just going back and forth, I let it stay on the 2-shot. So I've been in the chat, but this conversation might need to be extended on the Patreon and let y'all have like an hour and a half to just do it.
You're smarter than me. She's going to beat me, man. I'm a little intimidated.
Listen, I wish I could read the comments. Auntie don't have her reading glasses on, so I can't read what the fuck y'all are saying, but I hope y'all saying good shit. Oh, brilliant. That's what's happening. Thank y'all. And listen,
no, real talk.
Marcus,
Can I tell you, I actually would not have this conversation publicly with but a few people, and definitely Kim would be one of them. You see how she didn't cancel me? Some of y'all need to learn something. Just because we having a conversation don't mean you have to cancel the brother for having a conversation. Goddammit.
Marcus, why would I cancel you? I know way more problematic niggas than you. Why would I cancel you? I know niggas 1,000 times talking way crazier than anything you got to say. Why would I cancel you? Because for one, it comes it's coming from a place of mutual respect, and it's coming from love. Like I want black men and black women to get it together. But I also know what my personal experiences are, and I see why these chasms exist between us. Now, I have my reasons for thinking that, and I'm not saying that black women are infallible, not at all, but I think black men are not fully conscious of the privilege that they have. And they are not fully conscious of the power that they have. And they are also not fully conscious of the way, or maybe some of them are, the way that they can wield that power into oppressing their partners. And that goes for, same-sex partners or opposite-sex partners, because, dating cisgender men is challenging, even for our gay brethren and sister. I know that. But no, we can totally have these conversations respectfully, because I don't think that you're a bad guy, and I don't think that you mean malice or that you mean harm. So I can engage with you on the level, because I know at minimum you're going to listen to me, right? You're not just going to automatically disregard what I have to say because it perhaps differs from your perspective. Yes, I can engage with you in a very honest way because of that. But if you was a nigga that was talking over me, or disregarding what I was saying, or undermining my intelligence or my experience, no, we can't dialogue. We can't even be friends.
I'm about to say, what's the point of having you on the show if I ain't listening to you? That would be the Marcus plus somebody else talking show, and not Clickbaity Political ThirstTrap, which we're on right now, and we're about to close out. Kim, where can they find you at? Hey, let's rock that video real quick before Kim closes.
Wait. Can I introduce it? Can I introduce it real quick? Okay. I'm so excited about this. If this is the right video, I'm pretty sure it is, because Dwayne knows what we're talking about. All right. So before the 2016 election, this was like maybe that summer or that like autumn, September or October. So this was before the election. These kids from Baltimore, Maryland, not only made a song, a diss track about Donald Trump, they made a whole video about that nigga, and they called that nigga out from top to fucking bottom. So respect to Nipsey, respect to YG, but the kids from Baltimore did it first in 2016. And quite frankly, they did a damn good job. The name of the song is called Fuck Trump, He a Bitch and a Half.
Hey, what do you guys think about Donald Trump?
Man, fuck Donald Trump, man. Fake ass wig on your head, boy.
Face dry shit like sandpaper with his bitch.
Man, keep talking about Muslims, bitch, Mexican, that. Donald Trump, you a punk heifer bitch bastard.
Punk heifer bitch bastard? I never heard that one before.
Yeah, man, he a punk heifer bitch bastard. And don't bring your man to Baltimore, he gonna get hit in the head with Moose's shovel.
Wow, that's a little rough.
Guess what we got for him?
Why?
We got a chopper in the truck for Donald Trump. We got a chopper in the truck for Donald Trump. We got a chopper in the truck for Donald Trump. Catch his little pussy ass and give him this 100-round drum. Boy ain't even white, you yellow. You said that date your own daughter, you a single. That's why that nigga try to poke you in Ohio. That's why they shut your ass down in Chicago. Don't come to Baltimore unless you want Donald. You keep on playing big, bitch, you catch these hollows. I let these 9 cross over just like Rondo. Y'all try to make him president, fuck Donald. Fuck Trump, fuck Trump, fuck Trump, he a bitch in the head, nigga. Fuck Trump, fuck Trump, fuck Trump, he a bitch in the head, nigga. Fuck Trump, he a bitch in the head. He a bitch ass nigga, so we all on his ass. Bitch ass, white ass, faggot ass, taking a booty ass, check ass, shit on street, man. We like a dried mosquito in the trunk for Donald Trump. Let us dried up mosquito in. I'm like, fuck him. You with us or you with him?
Well, fuck him. Fuck him.
Listen. out of the mouths of babes. Listen, they spent the whole last 60 seconds saying, fuck Trump. Give it up for the kids in Baltimore, y'all. Give it up for the kids.
Yo, that was so hard body. Oh my God.
2016, Marcus. 2016.
Hey, Dwayne, can we find them, man? Can we find them? Can we put them on Clickbaity? I swear for God, dude. Listen, I'll give an extra $500 if we find them kids to put on our goddamn show, bro. Like, just find them.
Grown
just find
now.
them.
They grown now, Marcus. That was 2016.
God damn, that was. Thank you, Kim, for bringing that one up. Listen, hey, shut up.
Go hard. Go hard.
When I said you date your daughter, you sicko.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The kids. I mean, how many times did they say it? We got the chopper in the trunk for Donald Trump.
For Donald Trump. Yeah, buddy had to shovel the whole 30 seconds in the whole thing. He was like, yo, You've been watching another episode of Clickbaity Political ThirstTrap. Thank you guys for rocking with the best. Make sure you follow Kim Brown, my sister, the nuanced, intelligent, beautiful sister, Kim Brown, and Burn It Down with Kim Brown. Go over there. Like her right now, subscribe to her page. And also come back tomorrow night. We got to finish this conversation. I think we should finish the conversation on Patreon. We bring Mondale into it, and we bring another female voice into it, another woman voice into it, just to make sure that it's equalized and we can rock and roll. And with that being said, Kim, thank you for joining us. Be back soon.
Anytime, Marcus. Dwayne, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Oh yeah. Mondale have a whole interesting ass. See, Mondale. Here's the thing, man. Even though I argue with Mondale, Kim argues with Mondale.
What's Mondale's sign? What's the astrological equation going on here, Marcus? What's your sign?
I'm a Aquarius with a Pisces moon.
Okay, and when's Mondale's birthday?
I think I know, but I don't want to say the wrong thing. So let me not.
Y'all not friends. Y'all not real friends.
No, I just don't want the feds to find out any more information on them, really. So
no, so I think Mondale and I argue. I think there is some astrological reasoning there that I'm just not aware of. So I'm curious as to what Mondale's sign is. So I'm a Leo, so I get fiery with most people. Now I think you and I get along as an Aquarius because Aquarius is an air sign. So a fire and air, we feed off each other. We good.
That's right.
I think Mondale must be water, or he like an earth sign. He probably a Capricorn, some sign that I beef with.
Yeah, I think it's coming up. I mean, didn't we do an episode during his birthday, Tunde?
If he's a Taurus, it makes perfect sense. Taurus makes perfect sense. They just like to be.
Y'all better be.
That's all Taurus want to do. They just want to do that. They just want to ram you. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be bullish. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
and I'm lying.
But listen, on some real shit. Like one of our most popular shows and it was one of our most popular shows ever was when you and Mondale were going back and forth. And I was just like, and I sat back there like in the bottom corner, like overhearing the screen, like I was somewhere around there, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna sit back and I'm just gonna let them do their thing. So, you know what I mean? Like, I like it, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we gonna get out of here, Kim.
I've been arguing with niggas forever. That's like one of my favorite
I know. It's all, I can almost tell. It's like, I mean, I want to do the top 5 thing with you, but we'll get into an argument, and I don't want to mess up our streak, Kim.
Real quick, Marcus, hold on. We didn't say this. Who's got it in the verses? Is it going to be Earth, Wind, and Fire or the Isley Brothers on Easter Sunday, April 4th, hosted by Steve Harvey? Hosted by Steve Harvey. Hosted by Steve Harvey.
Wow. Still ahead. Looking down the corridor and wonder what might happen.
Do I
something
really care?
I am going to go. I am going to go Isley Brothers just because the body of okay. Let me not disrespect.
Can't disrespect. You better watch yourself what you say about EWF, brother.
The utility of the beats and also Mr. Big with the work that he did when he was like post his solo career with him who shall not be mentioned.
That's what I was going to say.
All that work from the dude from Chicago that he did, kind of like, even though it's problematic, the work that he put in himself was amazing during that time period. And also, I mean, like some of our greatest hits, Biggie, Ice Cube, like his music was used again, right? So the Isley Brothers for me. I got the Isleys. You?
So I am going to agree for the simple fact, I mean, again, you can't take anything away from Earth, Wind, and Fire because, nigga, a band with a horn section as mean as that, ooh, shit. And Earth, Wind, and Fire got dance hits and ballads. Oh, shit. But the edge got to go to the Isley Brothers because the Isley Brothers, as you said, Marcus, their body of work. I mean, Isley Brothers first started making records, I believe, like in the late 50s. I mean, Twist and Shout is the Isley Brother record. Like that is their joint.
That's their song.
The Isley Brothers are among the architects of rock and roll, but they were able to be so gifted to translate that into funk and R&B. And for my real music heads out there, y'all know one time, give it up for Ernie Isley. There are not too many guitarists. And everybody, you better put some respect on Ernie Isley's name when it comes to a guitar playing Negro, because Ernie Isley would tear it up on that guitar. So I am with you. I'm going to give it to the Isley Brothers. The Isley Brothers, I mean, it's going to be hard to match hit for hit because they both got the hits. But I think the Isley Brothers are the most influential and still prolific R&B funk rock group versus Earth, Wind, and Fire. So that's just
I mean, and I don't want to be remiss and not tell folks that Saturday mornings in Tallahassee, Florida, there was a vacuum cleaner that was very loud, but Earth, Wind, and Fire that was even louder, bumping, right? But as my man Fred Hampton is my hero says, and I see you because you said something. You can't really beat Atlanta. You can't beat Atlantis.
Back to you.
You can't beat Atlantis. Like it's I always like there is certain tracks that I think when we hear it, even though we don't know the song, we know that we were conceived to it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. My joint, like, I'll give y'all, I got an Isley Brothers song on one of my hunching playlists, right? And it's my 80s hunching playlist. And it's Choosy Lover, Choosy. Shut up, Dwayne. Choosy. You got a hunching playlist. You got a hunching playlist.
It was a hunching playlist. And can we clip this and put Kim's hunching playlist?
Kim, you're going to have to send me that playlist so we can put it out and we're going to make a graphic.
The hunching playlist, the 80s, baby, yes.
I'm going to cut out you doing the hunching, and that's going to be the JPEG for it.
Listen. All my country people, y'all know what hunching is. Listen, when I was in Little Rock, that's what they were talking to me. That's what they was calling fucking. They was calling it hunching. Hunching.
It sounds like you're like you've made. That's the playlist name from Pops from Friday. He called it. That's my hunching playlist. Coordinate.
That's my hunching. That's my hunching list. Mm-hmm.
Infinite Content says, Kim, are we gonna forget that Stevie Wonder or James Brown doesn't exist? Nigga, that's not the.
Nigga.
Who is that?
What we talking about verses?
That's not
nigga.
the conversation. Infinite.
Verses.
You know what we talking about. We talking about the
verses. about the verses. Don't play games with me.
Come on, man. Don't spend your money on you know I love you, bro. Come on, man. You the smartest man on the internet. You coming up here with that foul ass shit.
James
Anyway.
Brown. Come on. We know about James Brown. We know what time it is. We talking about verses. And shit. I mean, you know what? That's okay. I really think I saw someone say this online today that they messed up by having Steve Harvey host this. They should have had Donnie Simpson host this. And I might be inclined to agree. I feel like this has Donnie Simpson written all of it. This has Video Soul written all over it.
well, then that means that we've been slipping up because Fab Five Freddy should have been all right. Well, then we can, you know, Versus is a multi-billion-dollar entity right now at this point, so we can't get mad at that whatsoever. Yeah. Kim, we gonna kick off this thing. I give you a call because I want to be. Can I come on your show now so you can actually like cuss me out?
Yes, I just thought you was too busy to do my show, Marcus. That's why I haven't been hitting you up. But yes.
Nigga, I sell pot and do this show. So I'm more than
But you a moving ass nigga. You be on the highway riding dirty on 85, slow, taking it easy. I don't want nothing that came in from you.
Hit the button because she's trying to get me arrested by the feds. Hey guys, listen, thank you for watching another episode of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Find me soon on Burn It Down with Kim Brown. Make sure that if you haven't gone over there, go over there, like and subscribe.
Please, thank you.
Podcasters, we love you. Make sure you rate our show. Mondale, get better.
Get better, Mondale.
Get better, Mondale. We need you in conversations like this right here. And he's not in trouble, folks, but, you know, we just want my dog on the show. And with that being said, man, roll that outro music, bro.
Trap Squad, 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 Trap Squad. Hey, Clickbaity Political, Thirst Trap, Trap Squad, Squirrel Squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege, take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let our voice be heard every single weeknight. Unapologetic. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, Trap Squad, let me hear ya. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap Squad, Trap Squad, yeah, I see you